Hey guys, old guy reactions here. This guy is an old guy. Like, I actually went to high school with this old guy.
Thanks, Rob.
That's how old he is.
Thanks, Rob.
And, we had this one-room schoolhouse, you remember? And they had a teacher, had that, fire pit over there.
Yeah.
And remember that spark, sparked out like a little twig? And it was, on fire. You remember that?
And we discovered...
And you picked it up.
And I said, look!
Yeah, and he picked it up, took it to the behind the teacher, and you were like, "Teacher, what did I do?" And she goes, "What?" And her hair caught on fire. That was so intense, you guys. We got written up on the caveman wall. You remember that?
Immortalized, though. Immortalized. We technically, discovered that thing.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
The glowing.
So anyway, that's how old this guy is.
Thanks.
Exactly.
For outing me.
All right. But at least you dye your beard to make it look like you're not Moses, okay? All right, we're going to go with a copy of a copy from Louis Tomlinson because you guys are all telling me to do this, so we have to do it.
So the name of the song is Copy
It's
of
a copy of a copy of a copy. Okay. Can you say it 5 times really fast?
No.
A copy of a copy of a copy of a copy. No. Oh, a copy of a copy. Yeah, okay.
All sounds the same.
All right. Oh, let's get our headphones on. Here we go. You don't even know who Louis Tomlinson... No, I just said Louis Tomlinson. His name's Louis, and I just said Louis. I am stupid, but that's okay.
All right.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Go!
Okay, so I thought I'd put something new in the set for you. This is called Copy of a Copy of a Copy.
Yeah. Cool.
It's no curse. Dreamers diving head first. Broken beaks and dead birds can't get through the glass. And there's no use crying over spilled blood. Caring only kills love. A kiss won't bring it back. I know that the first blow it's too cold.
Oh my goodness. You know what that reminds me of? There's the wisest man in the world ever in the history of the earth.
I know his name.
I bet you do. But you know what he said?
No.
This guy was saying there's nothing new, right?
Yeah.
And everything is just a copy of a copy of a copy. And isn't that the truth? Even with technology and stuff. Now, I don't even know what the song's about. I don't even know if it's a love story yet. But he was just basically saying nothing is new, and it's just a copy of a copy of a copy. But don't you think in your lifetime you've kind of felt like some of that?
Yeah. I mean, I've said it many times to people. Somebody's coming across a problem, something where, they're basically stuck in life. A rut, and I'm like, there's nothing new under the sun.
There's nothing new under the sun.
They don't know, but that's from his book.
Yes, exactly.
And that was written thousands of years ago.
Thousands of years ago.
And so I'm like, okay, even back then they figured that one out.
Yeah.
And I was just, looking at his haircut and like, that's one of the Beatles. That's one of the Beatles, who my dad doesn't like. Today he's like, they didn't do anything good. Like, what the...
Exactly, man. That's funny.
But anyway, I was like, I don't know. Does he have a British accent?
Oh, extreme British accent.
Okay.
I heard him talk once.
Okay. Make a great butler.
All right. Ready? Go.
It's a copy of a copy of a copy. I can hear you howling till your lungs hurt. So let this be your comfort. You're not the only one. No. In a strange too cold. Young man, hush your cry and dry your tears away. Nothing is original, there's nothing left to say.
You know, I mean, that is the pain of an artist, and that's what I do. You know that. All my brothers are artists. I'm the one that sold out. I'm a graphic designer. It's always a struggle because there's nothing original, and sometimes I get stuck in a rut, and it's like I'm going back over reference material and trying to what do I do to solve this problem? How do I make this client happy with this new aesthetic? And sometimes I get a little intimidated because it's kind of like I look back at over the spectrum of everything that's been created. I'm like, there is nothing original. I'm taking pieces of things that have already been created.
Yes.
But that's okay because I take little bits and pieces, and then you start really philosophizing. You're like, that cathedral is not original either, or that building, that piece of art. There was something before that, and it inspired this artist. But that's a struggle of an artist because I think we always want to do something that imprints into the future and says, "Hey, I made my mark. Hey, I have this emotion, and it feels original." Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I mean,
but what's interesting is it could be original to the people that are living now. Mm. Right? Think about that.
That's a good point.
It is a copy of a copy of a copy. And the people that see the third copy generations down the road, it's original to them. Isn't that insane?
Yeah. I mean, and that's why we, as artists, can't be too hard on ourselves.
That's right.
I mean, sometimes you go into a museum and you're just like, I will be nothing close to these greats. But there's somebody out there who's waiting for some inspiration. I mean, this guy, I can vibe with this music.
Yeah.
This is music, when I was a teenager, I would have just man, I got some heartache, heartbreak. Yeah. This would have vibed with
me. You know what is original? I have not heard a song, a copy of a copy of a copy. Because
if you add one more copy, though, that could become
exactly.
An original.
That would be original. Yeah. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Go.
Be the first or be the last to bleed. Every broken heart is far to write and see. It's a copy of a copy of a copy.
Yeah.
It's a copy of a copy of a copy. Copy of a copy. It's a copy of a copy of a copy. It's a copy of a copy of a copy.
Yeah.
It's a copy of a copy of a copy.
What do you think?
Well, what's interesting is I find it ironic that he almost has the History Channel logo on his. I mean, he's got that H that says Reebok, but I don't know what it means, but it almost looks like a History Channel logo.
I don't know.
Irony.
It could have been Doomsday, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I just think it's Louis
I
did
think.
incredible.
What do you think about the song itself, though? I mean, would that song enough? I don't know who this guy is, so would that song enough like pull you into maybe your pique your curiosity?
Totally. So I'll tell you who he is. He's Louis Tomlinson from One Direction. There were 5 band members.
I've heard of One Direction.
They all broke up, and he's one of the band members. They're all doing solo stuff.
So they're
now.
going in different directions.
They went to different directions.
All right.
Exactly. They're no longer One Direction.
I think that's what happens, but ultimately, like 10 years in the future, only one of them becomes a superstar. So it's like, up in the air.
Yeah, and that's kind of happening almost.
Oh, okay.
There's a couple gigantic superstars.
I like this because it's like hearkening back to just I like rock.
Yeah,
it's got some guitars in there, and
yep.
I mean, I did grow up in. You and I grew up in the '80s, so we like our synthesizer and all that. But I think we were our one foot was enough in rock where we loved the guitars.
That's right. Yes. Yeah.
So.
Totally. Yeah. I think Louis did an incredible job, guys, on that song. I really liked it. It was so catchy, right? I mean, I could literally go, a copy of a copy of a copy. Like, I think I'm going to do that, like, a lot now this week.
Yeah.
Every time somebody says something, I'm going to go, a copy of a copy of a copy. That should be, like, a new, like, fun inside joke there.
And, and unfortunately, now that I have a little insight into this song, I'm going to be going up to my daughter and saying, hey,
exactly.
you know about Louis Tomlinson?
Yeah. Have you heard Louis Tomlinson's new song,
Yeah,
A
it's
Copy
good.
of a Copy? I have. All right, guys. Anyway, that was Louis. We're having fun. We'll get on to the next one.
It was fun. Thanks.
Peace.